To continue our discussion of Milton Grone's sale of Wet and Woolly, Art began, only to be interrupted by the cry of, "It's an outrage!" A woman in the front row hopped to her feet. "It's a miscarriage of justice, an abomination," she continued to protest. Helen smiled at the sight of vocal naturalist Ida Bell in her oversized jodhpurs, shaking a bony fist in the air. "All those birds, the wood owls and thrashers and bobwhites, they'll be displaced from their homes," she declared. "The rabbits and deer and squirrels will have to seek refuge in other places." Her angular features flushed with anger, and she shook her head, topped by a tight cap of dark curls. "It makes me sick just to think of it, Mr. Beener," she shouted. "Sick, sick, sick." "You tell him, Ida," a small voice yelped, and Helen saw Dottie Feeney pop up from her seat to raise her eager face to her companion. "I will not allow it to happen," Ida went on, spurred forth by the encouragement. "If I must stop it with my bare hands, I will." "Miss Bell, please," Chairman Beener cut in. "I think we all understand your position by now." "But she's right." Dot stepped up beside her friend, the pair looking every bit like Mutt and Jeff. Ida tall and thin as a beanstalk, and Dot short and stocky. "Everything she says is true. It's a sin to let wildlife be destroyed for mere money." "Speaking of the green stuff," a voice rose from the rear, and Helen turned, as did the rest of the room, to see who'd spoken. Helen's breath caught in her throat as Shotzi Grone came forward, tugging at the hem of her yellow sweatshirt, her dark eyes darting this way and that. Helen couldn't recall ever having seen the woman at a town meeting before, and wondered what possible motive she had for being there. Surely she hadn't come to defend her husband's actions. I'd like to talk a little more about the bucks involved in the deal. Milty's gone and made." She raised her dimpled chin while twisting a corkscrew of blonde hair around a finger. "The land's not going for cheap, is it? Milty stands to gain a lot of dough?" Ida Bell chirped. "You mean you don't know?" "Well, it's just that Shotzi faltered, and her chin dropped to her chest. She stopped twirling her hair.